The devil whispered in her ear, "You cannot weather the storm." She whispered back, "I am the storm." Do you realize that the kind of attitude that you need to succeed is the kind of attitude that says, "I am the storm," so that no matter what you encounter, no matter what you come up against, you go in full force, having confidence in the fact that you have the power and the ability to overcome any problem or challenge, no matter how big. Because here's what most people do not understand, and you need to embody and embrace this truth. You are bigger than any problem or challenge you will ever face. Let me repeat that. I want this to sink in at the deepest level. You are bigger than any problem or challenge you will ever face. This is an undeniable truth. The universe, God, source, spirit will never give you a problem or a challenge that you are incapable of overcoming. And it is coming in with an attitude of being solution focused, of having a can do, no matter what, whatever it takes kind of attitude to overcome the challenges that you face. Because let's face it, as a society, we have become mentally weak and emotionally attached and conditioned into comfort and convenience. And this is really, really dangerous. If you are mentally weak, then no matter what life throws at you, you will fall over immediately and you will crawl through life. You will refuse to face and take on life's challenges. And here's what you really need to understand. Life can be tough, and it is the tough who survive, but not just survive, thrive. So in order to get the results that you want, to live the life that you want, it is imperative that you develop the traits and characteristics that make you unstoppable, unshakable, unbreakable, and undeniable. You must have the attitude of, "I am the storm." So I want you to think about this and apply this right now, right now. Because when you have the self-confidence, the self-belief, the understanding that you are infinitely powerful and you have the ability to achieve anything that you put in your mind to, then there is nothing that will break you. Life can try, and it might throw a whole lot your way. But if you refuse to break, then you will win. This is the winner's mindset. This is the wealthy mindset. This is a successful person's mindset. So let's put this into practice right now. I want you to think about a specific challenge that you're facing. It might be a new challenge, might be an old challenge. What kind of mindset have you brought to this challenge in the past? Or what kind of mindset are you bringing to the challenge today? Are you laying over and let it run all over you? Are you standing strong and going, "You know what? This will not beat me. I'm going to find a way around this, under this, over this, through this, but I will win." Because it is that attitude of determination and commitment and being willing to do everything that you need to find a way to overcome the challenge that is absolutely critical to your success. If you want freedom, if you want wealth, if you want to live the life that you desire, then you have to go in with this kind of attitude, because nothing else will cut it. And I could give you countless examples of successful people who have overcome incredible odds to achieve what seemed impossible. But for the most part, most people won't be able to see themselves actually doing what somebody else has already done. But if somebody else has already achieved something incredible, then you are absolutely capable of achieving the same thing. What's different about you and somebody else who is super successful? The only thing that's different is the way they develop their mindset, is the characteristics and traits that they applied to the challenges that they overcame. Because let me tell you, they have overcome many, many, many challenges. There are countless stories and examples of people who have overcome massive adversity to achieve what seemed to be the impossible. For instance, let's have a look at J.K. Rowling, author of the Harry Potter series. Do you know her origin story? She started out as a broke single mother. She would actually go down to a local coffee shop and sit in the warmth of the coffee shop to write her manuscripts. She submitted those manuscripts to 12 publishers and got denied before she had a publisher who picked up her series. And now she's richer than the Queen. That's a pretty impressive success story from where she came from. And she never let the denials and the rejections cause her to quit. She believed in her cause. She believed in her stories. And I bet those 12 publishers who rejected her, I bet you they are absolutely kicking themselves. I bet you every morning they wake up going, oh, J.K. Rowling. Like, you would not want to be that person that turned down that manuscript. Seriously. Elon Musk is another incredible success story. He didn't come from a background of poverty, but he didn't come from a background of great riches either. He was an inventor. He was a visionary. And he started out PayPal. This idea that he had, it wasn't PayPal to begin with. I think it started as X from recollection. But he started with very little money, with an huge ambition. I mean, the man has insane ambition. And he applied his knowledge, his skills to this payment platform. And he and his business partner did not have enough money to pay for a place to rent and an office. So they rented an office and they lived in that. They coded at night. During the day, they put the platform up. This is before online payment platforms existed. And then they took it down at night and they coded to improve the platform. That's how PayPal started. Now, they sold PayPal, I think, to Google, but they sold it for $100 million. And that's when he invested a large chunk of his money in Tesla and SpaceX. Now, fast forward to if you look at SpaceX and the origins of SpaceX, at one point, remember, Elon Musk was actually relying on his brother to pay his rent and buy him food, even though he had these multi-million-dollar investments, because he had no money. Now, at one point, he was actually on the brink of losing everything. It was literally Christmas Eve, and the banks were about to take possession of his businesses, his companies. And at the very last minute, a funder stepped in and actually gave him the money he needed to continue his enterprises at the very last minute. Now, obviously, he was working with his networks to try and find somebody, but it was that close from Elon Musk being nobody to where he is today. Entrepreneurs like that don't do anything because it's easy. They do it because the achievement of it would be so worth the risk, the hardship, the challenges, the setbacks. And if you know the story about Tesla, that's an even tougher story. Man, the guy has so much grit and determination. He refuses to lose. He refuses to lose. This is the kind of grit and determination and attitude you must have. And you've got that in you. You may not have developed it yet. Hell, I'm still working on mine. It's your ability to get out of your comfort zone and gradually build that kind of grit and determination. Did Elon Musk have that when he started PayPal or X right back in the beginning? I don't mean X Twitter. I mean, that was the name that he wanted. He sold it with PayPal originally, then he bought it back. to then rebrand Twitter. Now, Elon Musk is the perfect example of making the impossible possible. He's a perfect example of somebody who can achieve almost anything when they have the right mindset and they apply that mindset in a strategic, focused, and determined way. And they're smart about it. I mean, Elon Musk, he is a genius, but he also surrounds himself with the right people. Like he didn't build the rockets himself, but he found the right engineers who were perfect for the job. That's part of his core talents and core genius. He's able to bring the right people onto a project to achieve the desired outcome. He's also very, very good at raising capital because you know what? Entrepreneurs don't use their own money. They actually use other people's money. Well, they might use a portion of their own money, but they very, very rarely invest all their own money. One more story, and that is Henry Ford. So Henry Ford, the Ford Corporation, Ford Motor Cars, when he started out, he had a vision. Now, he was very good at selling his vision, and this is really important. The ability to sell and articulate your vision to an investor is super important if you want to bring investors on board with your project. And he sold his vision of the motor car and he got a flood of investment to start his company. Failed. Lost all the money. He went back to his investors. They were a little more reluctant this time, but he got enough money to go again. Failed. All that investors' money gone. So he went back again. This time it was a lot harder to raise the capital. They had lost faith in this man and his vision and his ability to actually make that vision a reality. But he found one investor who said, I'll give you the money for one last try. So he did. And guess what? The rest is history. The Ford Motor Corporation and the car was born. And look where it is now. It totally changed the way we live in the world. Take away your motor car, and what happens? The Wright brothers and their quest to build the aeroplane. It revolutionized our lives here in humanity. Thomas Edison and the light bulb. 10,000 times it didn't work, but he persisted. And this is one of the other great characteristics. Persistence. Commitment, dedication to your vision, determination, refusing to back down, refusing to quit, setting yourself up to win. That is what you need to achieve your goal, your dream. Now, start where you're at. Use what you have. Do what you can. Be the freaking storm. And every time it feels hard, tell yourself, I am the storm. I am the storm. I am the storm. Be the storm. Because it is your mindset and your attitude that will get you through the hardest times. There is nothing that can beat you if you don't let it. So have a winner's attitude. Have a can-do no matter what, whatever it takes kind of perspective. Be solution focused. This is also key. Be solution focused. No matter what challenge or problem you face, be determined to find the solution because there is always a solution. It's just your ability to find it. And this is what all entrepreneurs, all successful people are really, really good at. They are great at finding solutions, or they work with people who can help them to find those solutions. That's also a really good key with this. It's the people that you partner with who will help you and support you and uplift you to achieve more than you ever imagined possible. Be the storm. Forgive me for this brief interruption to this video. I just wanted to tell you about a new program that I've launched. I'm very excited about it. This is the Thrive Coaching Program. It is a 6-week intensive program where I will work with you personally to get absolutely crystal clear on your vision for your future, help you to build an unstoppable mindset, release the fears, doubts, blocks, and limiting beliefs that are keeping you stuck, and to create and execute a strategic action plan that leverages your unique gifts, talents, and your superpowers so you are empowered to build wealth through a business that feeds your soul and makes a positive difference in the world. This program is like nothing you have ever seen. Thrive is about going beyond healing to real world results, because I want you to be the best and most powerful version of you so you can achieve life beyond your wildest dreams and live your purpose and thrive. So if you are ready for that kind of transformation fast, then just go to the link that is in the description below. I hope to see you in the Thrive program. And now back to the video. So I'm going to ask you, what are you facing right now? We're going to go full circle. What are you facing right now? What kind of attitude are you going to bring to that problem or challenge from this point forward? Because the universe will not give you a better quality problem or challenge until you solve the one you've already got. You cannot move up the ladder until you solve the current problems that you have. So sit down and brainstorm the solutions to your relationship problems, to your financial problems, to your health problems. I know people who have faced scary health diagnoses, like scary. Some people just crumbled. They didn't last long. Other people went, you know what, this is not going to beat me. They turned over every rock. They researched. They found solutions that they felt were going to be effective for them. They trusted that they could rebuild their body, that they could support their body to heal, because I firmly believe that the body is the most incredibly powerful healing machine. It just needs the right support. And if it's had an environment that has created dis-ease in the body, then you need to go all in and do whatever it takes to create an environment that supports the body to heal itself, because it will, if it's provided with the right emotional support, the right mental support, the right physical support. And there's solutions out there. It's up to you to find them. So no matter what challenge you're facing right now, what's the solution? Okay, I lied. I've got one more story for you that is just such a powerful story. So back in the mid-1900s, there was a scientist by the name of Dr. Graham Clark. And he was an Australian scientist, and his father was profoundly deaf, and he decided to dedicate his life to finding a way to help deaf people to hear. Now, as the universe would have it, it's interesting the way these things happen. Years later, his son was born profoundly deaf. So this quest became deeply personal for him. He dedicated a lot of his own personal finances, his resources, so much time and effort. He was determined to find a solution. He was mocked by the establishment. So many people told him it wasn't possible. He'd never do it. His son didn't have the right equipment to be able to hear ever. But eventually, in 1978, Dr. Graham Clark created what is now known as the first multi-channel cochlear implant. Since then, his invention has helped tens of thousands, if not maybe hundreds of thousands of people to hear. Now, that is because of his why. His why drove him, because those whom he loved had suffered from being profoundly deaf, and he found that unacceptable, and he was determined to find a solution against all the odds. There was nothing that he could point to that could show him that this was even possible. But he decided to do it anyway, for the love of his son and the love of his father. Now, I think his father had passed on by then, so I don't know that his father ever got to experience that, but his son sure did. So be the storm with whatever it is that you are facing, because you are infinitely powerful. You do have the ability to create anything and achieve anything that you put your mind to, and overcome any problem or challenge. And I will leave you with one more thing. Whatever problem or challenge you are facing, you need to bring a next level mindset. So, say for instance, you have a level 6 problem. Sounds like an arbitrary thing, but you can look at any problem and say, think about what level problem is this? And then you give it a number. Now, if you have a level 6 problem, you have to bring a level 7, 8, 9, 10 mindset. If you bring a level 9 mindset, you are so winning. You are winning every step of the way. If you bring a level 4 mindset, you're toast. Do you see how this works? It's this. It's the characteristics and the traits. It's being the storm that gets the job done. Never think that you are incapable. Build your self-confidence, your self-belief, your self-worth. That is something that you build. It's not something that's just magically given to you. Some people are born into environments where they are nurtured to have high levels of self-confidence. But the vast majority of people who achieve extraordinary things, they don't have that advantage. It doesn't matter where you're at. Start where you're at. Use what you have. Do what you can. Build the self-belief, the self-confidence, the knowledge that you can achieve anything when you back yourself, when you go all in, when you choose to be the storm and show up with the kind of attitude that sets you up to win. So apply this right now. Apply this. Think of the challenge, the most pressing challenge that you're facing right now. Apply this mindset, these principles. Sit down and start to brainstorm potential solutions. Now, you could write out 100 solutions and 99 of them won't work. But as long as you are willing to try the 100, you will find one that does. Thomas Edison, 10,000 times before he made the light bulb work. He was determined and he made his goal non-negotiable. That's the kind of mindset that you need. You are the storm. So if you have enjoyed this, then give me some love. Like and subscribe, comment below. Let me know what your biggest takeaway is. Let me know how this is going to impact the way you approach all your challenges in the future. And if you would like my soul-aligned business blueprint, which is for conscious entrepreneurs who want to build wealth through a business that feeds their soul and makes a positive impact in the world, comment soul in the comments below and I will send you the link to download the free guide. It is an absolute game changer. It will take you step by step through what you need to do to set yourself up for massive success. So soul in the comments below, and if you have liked this video, then you are going to love this one because this is a game changer for your mindset. It's all about your identity, and your identity beliefs are the most profoundly impactful beliefs on how you live your life and the kind of life that you create. So check it out now.